Yeah. It's a brother up north better than Randy. He ain't get that break. Welcome to the Break Podcast. Here on this podcast, man, we acknowledge athletes who was a star in their city. Today is no different. Today we have Montrel Richardson, man. Montrel, my boy, what's happening?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm chilling, brother. I'm chilling, man. Can you tell the people your name and what high school you went to?
Yeah, like he said already, Montrel Richardson, from West High School, Tracy,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
507.
Okay. So so when did you pick up a football?
When did I pick up a football? I started at a very young age. Just playing in the streets. Older brothers, cousins.
Yeah.
So the ball was just thrown in my hands. We didn't have nothing else to do. We didn't have the video games at that point in time. We had to get out the house.
Straight
And
up. Straight up.
parents worked all day. They didn't want to hear people yelling inside the house, so I had to get the ball.
I get it. I get it. Okay. Was there anybody that inspired you that made you want to play besides just having to go outside? Was it anybody that made you like, yeah, I want to play because of him, or it might have been.
Uh, I think it was a group of people. I think we all, just our little community that we had. Everybody, wanted to play. We all played like every day after school. So there
Yeah.
wasn't one person, but I know my older brother. He's the one that always put me on his team and always make sure I was in the right position to to at least do something on the field or with the group of kids. So. But yeah, whoever inspired me the most was Emmitt Smith, you know what I mean? So that was like my first player that I really, looked and watched on TV, and I was like, okay, I want to be like him. So
So happy you said that. I'm so happy you said that. Say no more. Wait, so would you say the Cowboys is your team?
oh yeah, they're America's team and my team. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, Emmitt Smith is my favorite player. Yeah.
Say less. Would you? Is that who you tried to model your game around? You being a running back and all? Did you try to model your game like Emmett?
No, I didn't. I didn't really try to copy anybody. I just tried to do my best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think whoever I tried to really emulate when I got a little bit older was Reggie Bush. That was the man I really inspired me just to
Yeah.
shake him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Barry Sanders had different stature, so I couldn't compare myself to people that was just a different stature than me. So, but I really liked Reggie Bush at the time. In high school especially.
That's a boy. Yeah. He a boy. He a boy.
Yeah.
Say no more. Say no more. Oh, let me ask you this. When did you realize you had game? When you like, yo, I could like people acknowledging you like, yo, bro, you're good, man. You're
So my actually it was funny because I didn't get the chance to play. I was more of a hooper. My mom didn't want me to play no type of just that contact sports. You know what I mean? And plus it was I guess a little bit more. Uh,
basketball was your first passion?
yeah, it was my first passion actually because like I said, my mom didn't want me to play no the organized football. It was a little bit more commitment than she wanted to do. I mean, basketball we can you just drop me off at the basketball game. There was no pads or extra stuff.
Yeah.
But basketball was my sport until my uncle really pushed my mom to let him play. So my very first year I was in seventh grade. I didn't do too well. It was just making that adjustment to
Yeah.
street ball to actual organized ball. Eighth grade got a lot better.
Okay.
Here I was okay. You got something, but you freshman. You know what I mean?
Of course.
4 years. So so we won our season, and then we had to move up to varsity for the playoffs. And they had me on the scout team. You know what I mean? They was like, you
Yeah.
guys need a scout player. The very first play, I took it to the house as a sophomore, on the varsity, practice squad. And that's when they brought me to the sidelines and like, oh, you're going to be playing with the starters. So told my uncle that. And I guess at that point in time, I was like, I could play at a better level, higher
High
level.
level. Yeah.
And I never thought I was going to be the best or, was the best. It was,
Yeah.
I knew there was a lot of great athletes out there. It was just, but there was a lot of opportunity to make it to the league. My uncle explained to me there was many factors that have to go to make it to the big league. You know what I mean?
Right.
The best are not playing in the league, something happened. Maybe a one accident. Somebody got into the wrong path with the wrong people. They didn't have the right people.
I get. Wait, so did your uncle play?
My uncle did play. But he was out in LA at the time. He went the junior college route, but he said he seen something in me, just how I excelled in all the teams that I played for. You know what I mean? So I was always the number one or two guy on the team, and I played for good teams. So it wasn't like I was playing on a scrub team. So, and then just getting a lot of college letters in high school. That was and the opportunities. It wasn't big schools.
Okay.
The way it did. So.
Okay. I mean, things happen. It's all good. So let me ask you this. You being a sophomore, get moved up to varsity, did the senior or junior running back, did he feel some type of way? Did he feel like, he on my heels?
There was a couple incidents when I was, that very first game, I felt like I was, they wasn't messing with me because the coach is like, yeah, we're gonna get him to play. We want him to play. Like,
yeah,
we put our team. So I felt a little. There was a senior and there was a junior. I felt some type of way, but I was like, you know what? It is what it is. You know what I mean? I gotta, I contribute. So
say no more. Look, do you remember your best season in high school?
My best season. I would say my sophomore year was my best season. Like I think that I remember a lot, talking to family and cousins, stuff like that. Brag a lot. My sophomore year, I think my first 6 games is the first time I touched the ball. In each game I scored.
Really?
So yeah, or 6 straight games, like 6 straight games. I think it was like maybe after the first game, 6 straight games, I scored the very first time I touched the ball. So I knew that was, I was something. But my favorite season in high school was my sophomore year. We won it all, and then we won the whole championship and everything.
Who'd y'all play in the championship?
Actually, we were sophomores. You didn't have no like playoffs or anything, but you have the best record at the end of the season.
Absolutely. Oh, okay. Who do you feel was the hardest defense to play against? Where you like, okay, I'm having a little trouble with them. I know they gonna come to play.
I always felt like Lincoln out of Stockton, always just ready to play.
They breathe.
They was just different. They had like, I don't know if it was the game plan, but they just always, how to, they forced me to work. They forced me.
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna make it easy for us. So there was always pretty good fast sideline. St. Mary's always gave us a run for money, but they never took our money. So
wait, when y'all played St. Mary's, y'all put it to them?
Oh yeah, I don't think you knew about the class of 07.
Listen, this is what this interview's for. Put it on. Talk to me. What was that score? In the first time, what was the score that you remember? Y'all put it on them boys, and it was like, yeah, we're here.
So we played them a total of 5 times, and I think our against them was like 4-0. We were 4-0-1. We tied one game against our sophomore year, but every time we played them, we beat them. So yeah, our class was really good. Our class of 07 of football at West High was really good. I think we had the best winning percentage and stuff like that. Freshman year we went 9-1. Sophomore year we went 9-0-1.
Okay.
Junior year we went 11-3. I think senior year we went 10-4. So, and the only teams that we really lost who were out of state, out of that area, out of the 209 area.
Okay. So, you saying that? Do you feel like the 209 area is slept on because of places like the Bay?
Honestly, it's a little slept on, but I also believe that we don't hold the tradition of a lot of the other places, a lot of, different areas like Sacramento to the Bay Area. I don't know what it is right now, but hopefully, we can, get it together. That's come with coaching and things of that nature, starting from the Pop Warner, getting a good tradition, maybe a good little training program facility in the area, or just really hone in on the athletes and really show them the opportunity, and the parents, giving the parents, I tell parents it's tough, some working 12-hour shifts, it's not no 8 hours, kid They rather have their kids in that home or doing, just
Yeah, hell yeah. I get it. I
so.
get it,
But
bro.
there's some athletes out this way. It's just getting them out there, getting the exposure. It's a
Fact.
little different.
Fact. Let me do you think you could how do you feel you'll match up against today? I'm talking about Montrel '07, 100%, no injuries. How do you with social media, with everything so accessible right now, how do you feel you will match up? Do you feel like, yeah, '07 Montrel go out there and you'll run all over these kids, or would it like playing against somebody like a Bosco?
Man, I don't know. I really don't know. The game has changed so much. It's
Absolutely.
I didn't say I was a dog, but I know I played hard. I played hard as I can. You know what I mean,
Yeah. I love the
but
humbleness.
the game changed so much. So I was, like I said, I was blessed to play with some good athletes. I had good athletes around me. I was so it was I was a blessed right there. So offensive line was great. So
Give me,
I'm do good. I do good.
of course. Listen, come on. You being so humble. He's being humble, you guys. This guy's a real athlete. Listen, what was? Give me, give me your best quarterback and receiver you ever played with. Ever. It don't matter what year.
Um, that's a little difficult.
I,
Only because they all were, man.
okay, somebody you like to play with. Where you like? I know
I'm
my.
I know Son of Southstyle, hands down. He was the one of the most unselfish. He was just a game manager, you know what I mean? He
Absolutely.
didn't make many.
Absolutely.
He went above and beyond. He managed our offense very well, our team very well. So I'm gonna have to go with him. I played with some good cats, but he was the best one I like playing.
The boy, it's in the boy blood. That boy is a pure athlete, pure athlete. Let me ask me somebody. Give me somebody on that line that was a hell of a blocker for you. Where you like, oh, he just opened it up for me. I'm
Man.
sure it's probably many. Just give me if you could give me one or two. That's like,
All right, so my top two are gonna be Robert Soto and Amini Sotolu. He
mm,
ended up Panthers, I believe, with Cam Newton, Super
yeah,
Bowl. Yeah, and then Robert Soto, he was just a dog too. He was just a hard worker. You can't beat a hard person that's gonna come
no,
every play, and they never gonna let down. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna
no,
be like, man. He was never like, hey, next play, let's take it easy. Nah, he gonna come every single time and tell you, like, nah, coach, take me out, tap me out. So
right.
I love on them, especially on the counter. They came together, boom, boom. It was,
Yeah,
yeah, I was in there. So
yeah. What what did you run what did you run your 40 in?
man,
If you remember, or your best time.
so I did a Canadian combine. So I did try to play a little Canadian team.
Okay.
That day, 4.41 and a 4.37.
Mm,
But that was like extensive training. Like I trained for the 40.
yeah. Yeah.
I just blistering time, and that was after having a bad little knee injury, but I still managed to make it happen. So that was
Absolutely.
time. But I think I was pushing an easy 4.45. That was me. I mean, not even want to try to cap, not no 4.29.
Woo! Bro. That's still fast as hell, bro. Oh yeah, absolutely. If you could play defense, or I'm sure you played defense, but probably not in the actual game because you was playing running back. What position did you play, or you could have played?
Oh, so I did. I did play DB in high school. So I was, I
Oh,
felt like I was DB then a running back. But I just love carrying the ball. You know what I mean? And
hell yeah.
uh, it didn't really dawn on to me until like I was in college. I was like, bro, you got to play like I was trying to coach players up and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
the rock, the rock in my hand, I feel like I was a better contribution to the team. So, but DB was like, I like corner. I really like corner. It was just
Corner.
because yeah,
Wow, you trying to lock shit down.
oh, yeah, so half the field, and I remember my junior year. That was my first 5 games. That was me. I was in the number one receiver, and I was the wide side of the field.
Wait. Who was his number one receiver at this time? Please enlighten me. Who did he play
Oh
for?
no, any team that we played for or we played
Oh,
against,
you was locking up against the number one.
I wasn't the one. Yeah. So
When you went on defense, can you give me a receiver that was like that boy was good, but I contained him though. Good, but you
God,
know.
man, I can't remember, but there's one receiver from Oak Ridge.
Mm.
I was at a football camp in Fresno.
Yeah, yeah.
But give me the work. He was giving me the work. He was
Oh,
giving the work.
okay, it happens. It
Yeah,
happens.
it was the balls was just in the right spot at the right time. Hands are sticky. I just remember that game. Coach looked at me and said, "What's wrong?" I was like, I didn't have no words. I can't on nobody else. I looked at coach. I was like, man, yeah, I'm trying, man. So
Yeah.
that was the one. But I played with a couple good receivers. Garrett Andrews, he's out of Tracy also.
Mm-hmm.
Another
Mm-hmm.
receiver, Nick Rhodes out of Stockton.
Yep.
And then this one guy named he went to Grant High School. His name is Diamond Morrell. He was nice. One of the shiftiest receivers I ever seen.
Really?
You know, undersized, short, but he was shifty, light on his feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun. A little turfer too. So he had the little footwork and everything like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Work.
Okay. Okay. Who was one of the best athletes you ever witnessed? Like just watching from the city, from Tracy in football that you actually watched. Like y'all went to the game. Yo, this boy was phenomenal. This boy was ridiculous. I couldn't listen.
Man, actually, it was. I didn't really get a chance to go to many games, but I was always, after a couple years after I left, I always try to be tapped in with how my high school was doing, how the city was Tracy was doing, because
Yeah.
we was growing. We were starting to be more competitive in our leagues, but there was a Dexter Collar.
Okay.
It was I think it was named Tim Celestine,
Yep.
and then there was a Dancy or Marcy or Dancy. He was also really well. They did really well.
Okay.
And I think there was a quarterback out of Kimball. He was nice.
Mm.
So after that, I just got away from it. Got away from the game of football. Being just focused on the NFL and stuff like that. So
Yeah. I get
boys.
it. I get it. Say no more. Okay. This part of the interview, I just want to. There's no right or wrong answer. I just want your opinion. Yes
Is
Okay.
it this or that, or yes
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
no?
Is this or that? It's no wrong answer. It's no
Okay.
wrong answer. Okay. To you, who's the better two-sport athlete, Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders?
I'm gonna go with, from what I remember. I can't remember. I don't really push too far into the Bo Jackson, but I'm really gonna say Deion. I know I think he went his rookie year. He played in the game and also had a punt return within like 48 hours, something like that.
Yeah,
I think that was one hell of a little statistic and stuff like that.
absolutely.
But I'm gonna go Deion. I think his longevity and just being the man he was, and
Absolutely.
that character, that swag, everything. He brought it wherever he went, and they accepted it. They had no choice to accept it.
He was killing. He was one of them boys for sure. Not discrediting Bo, but be honest. Dion one of them boys, bro. I ain't gonna cap. Okay, listen. You the coach. They both in their prime. You're the NFL coach. You got the first pick. You going Lamar Jackson. You going Mike Vick. Yo,
I'm gonna go with Mike Vick.
oh,
Off the pure fact that I think the game, if it's not, I'm taking him at his rookie year with the part at his rookie year. I think that there was a point in time they didn't allow black athlete or black quarterbacks to be the athlete they really want, they really are. You know what I mean? So they didn't have they didn't have the tangibles that they really implement in the NFL now. So I'm gonna go with Mike Vick.
Say no more. Vick is the guy. Say no more.
Really pushed how they are doing athletes now, the quarterbacks. He would have been a man. You know what I mean?
The man, bro. Period. Okay. Championship game. You on the 5. It's the Super Bowl. You got all these running backs in their prime. All of them in their prime. You got Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, Marshall Faulk, and Bo Jackson. They all in their prime. You on the 5. You need a touchdown. You're the coach. Who you going to?
Who want to put in the game? I'm for sure putting Eminem in the game. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna ask for no extra yardage. He ain't gonna do nothing. He's gonna, he gonna run the ball. He ain't gonna try to make extra plays. He's gonna do his thing. That's who I'm giving it to.
Say no more. Say let's self-explanatory. It's a boy. Okay, I got one more question.
Born on the same day. Me and him born on the same day too. So that's another thing. So
yeah. Listen, I'm a Cowboys fan, so we already here. Listen, we already here, bro. Listen, I didn't notice about you that you was a Cowboys fan. So when you said that and you said Emmett, I'm already like, yeah, I liked it. Yeah. Listen, I knew I liked him. I knew it. You're a good guy. Okay. Best receiver to you to ever played the game.
Best receiver to ever. I'm a hands down say. It's gonna be a tough one, only because I dislike the Niners so much. But I just gotta accept this with statistics and everything. I'm gonna have to go with Jerry, and then right there is gonna be it's gonna be Randy Moss right there. You know what I mean? Nobody said I riced you. They said I mossed you. You know what I mean? So,
listen, I always have these debates with people, and I feel like people never give Randy that. And we always say, I mossed you. And it's like, do y'all understand? Like, he created a whole lot. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's always I just mossed you. It's never, I just riced you. Although Jerry.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All due respect, yeah.
But I never heard nobody say, I just riced you. I never heard it in my life. And I know discredit to Jerry, but you know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't exactly. But yeah, that's gonna be my my top receiver, and then I like Megatron, but it was just wrong team.
Yeah.
And he's what goes around him, you know what I mean? And
I love Megatron. He a boy. He definitely a boy. He got out of there at the right time. Okay. Yeah. What would you tell the younger you getting ready to go into your senior year? What would you tell yourself to focus on, or what advice would you give yourself?
Man, if I can really do it all over, I would really wish I would have took recovery and understanding the body a lot better. You know what I mean? Eating the right just recovery, eating the right things. I had a lot of injuries. I'm telling you, I had injuries from the bottom of my foot all the way to the top of my head. Yeah. I had multiple concussions. I had broken bones. I had strained ligaments. I had pulled muscles. It was so I had a battle. It was every other year I have one thing that would just really slow me down, plague me. But yeah, just really taking care of the body, drinking water. Getting your sleep. I wasn't into drinking or anything, but it was just that I think I just lacked the right nutrition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So, focusing was never a problem. I got, maybe school, that was a problem I had, out of high school. But once college hit, things, start hitting, I understood what I really wanted to do and what it really took. So, just focus and always trying to train and taking care of the body. That's what it really comes down to. Longevity. That's LeBron, still playing ball. You know what I mean? Put money into his body. Make sure he's healthy and doing well. Yeah. So.
Okay. I get it, man. I get it. All right. Fresh out of high school, you could go to any college in the world. What would have been your top 2 picks? If you go any college in the world, D1, D2, D3, anywhere, you're 100% healthy, everything.
Sure. My best favorite college is USC. So USC fan. So that would have been my number 1 college I would go to. That was just they just had tradition and stuff like that. So
with Reggie Bush, I get it. Oh, the whole 9. USC, one of them schools. It's one of them schools for sure. So then, One more?
Yeah, once I got into college, I went to D2. Um,
How was that?
I was at it was a cool experience. It wasn't I was on the best squad, you know what I mean? But I was able to get college paid for, a good chunk of college paid for it. I was also able to run track too. So
Yeah.
I was a football and track guy.
What
Uh
what'd you do? Can you mind if I ask you what'd you do in track? Would you run or would you
so
jump?
I did the short sprints. I did short sprints, and then I also they unfortunately they put me on the relay teams, the 4x4, so I had to do the whole lap around.
Yeah.
But that was one of those training purposes to become a better one, 200 or 100. So, but like I did it just to stay active. And one of my buddies, Stanley Arukwe, he was always trying to get place, always trying to get me to run track, run track, run track. I was like, man, I'm a football guy, and he always expressed to me the benefits of it.
Oh
And
man.
I didn't until my senior year, and after that I never took a year off of track. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, he motivated me. He just come on out, and I did pretty well. I did pretty well for my first year running. I think we at one point in time we had like the school record in the 4x4, the 4x1 stuff
Really?
like. Yeah, West, but I think they beat it, but we didn't have the best squad. But me and him, we was ruthless. We was ruthless.
Okay. So I know
But yeah,
more.
you out in South Dakota, man, it was freezing out there. It was a whole like it's just different lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Everything moved a little bit slower. Just compared to Cali, compared to
Right, right,
Cali.
right. Was it some ballers on the team?
We had a couple ballers. It was just that overall, compared to the other teams around us, we weren't that great. You know what I mean? It was
Right.
missing. I went there with two different sets of coaches.
Yeah.
So first year I went out there, the coach was in there. He's like he's trying to save his job. You know what I mean? He needed his do whatever he can. So he was bringing JUCO players from all over with
Mm.
experience. Try to keep his job, and didn't do too well. And then my next year, my senior year, I went to a coach that was I'm in my rebuilding year, you know what I mean, which was my last year, which kind of,
Yeah.
I got hurt. And I got hurt, you know what I mean? It was that story, everybody's senior story that
Yeah.
I got hurt in college at the barbershop. Yep, that was me. I relate to him now.
Yeah.
And that was that was one thing. But overall, I enjoyed my experience, you know what I mean? Everywhere I went to, I was able to play football overseas. I was playing in France. So like
How was that, bro? Everybody just don't try to breathe. I played in France, bro. That's
well,
big.
it wasn't nothing crazy. Like I said, it wasn't. It was like I compared to semi-pro, the quality of the game is like semi-pro out here. You know what I mean? Nothing against semi-pro, but out there, they're more into soccer than the real football. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they don't pick up the football until a little bit later on in life, and I think the game is only out there since like 1986, so it's still developing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And they don't, we practice maybe 3 days a week. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we have like 20 people there. So we just, just trying to get a game plan. But overall, went out there to France. I was in a city about 25 minutes outside of, and we had it. My first year, we didn't, lost the game before the championship. And then my second year I went out there, we won it all. So that's when I
Really?
hung up. I turned 26 while I was out there. So I was like, man, I'm closer to 30 than 20.
Yeah.
I had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
I love my heart was made for the game, but just my body wasn't. You know what I mean?
Get it. I get it. I get it.
On a good note, so I was like, you know what, I won. You know what I mean? With a nice little squad. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I love football. But all my major injuries came from football. You know what I mean? So,
Of course.
but
Of
they're
course.
all memories. You know what I mean? So,
Oh yeah.
and I'm glad I'm still tapped in with a lot of people, you know what I mean, that, still play the sport, you know what I mean, or I played sports with, you know what I mean, and we still talk about it. Oh, remember this, remember that, you know what I mean, still
Right.
have debates about who best. So football is just a fun sport, and unfortunately I didn't make it to the big leagues. Like I said, there's so many factors in order to get there. It was just it's just a name.
This is the whole reason of me doing this show, bro, because it's like when I say in the beginning, it's a brother up north better than Randy, which is Randy Moss, that didn't get that break. You understand? Like it's again, even basketball, it's a brother up north better than Jordan. He didn't get that break, but he was somebody in his city, in his town. Like you go to Tracy, you ask about Montrel, Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Like, you
That
know,
guy.
like, come on. Like, stop playing, bro. You really was out there like torching shit for real. For real. Okay. Do you can you give me a game? Or do you remember the most touchdowns you ever scored in any game?
Let me think. Oh, actually, my sophomore year against Lincoln, I had 4 touchdowns.
Against
So
Lincoln?
yeah, that was my sophomore year. Yeah, but it was that was just a regular game. You know, what I mean, just a regular game for us. Look, little rivalry.
Listen, because you saying it so nonchalant. There's a lot of people that's go watch this and they don't understand. Like, listen, y'all. Lincoln was one of them top tier schools. Even when you said St. Mary's, that's a private school. It was really up there, y'all. They was good in everything: basketball, football, baseball. Like they were good. Soccer, wrestling.
And
Like,
like I said,
oh,
I had a lot of great athletes around me, so it took a little bit of pressure off of me. You know what I mean? Like I said, my old defense was we played from a young set, young group, and we just bought into the program. We bought into what the coaches said, and we believed in ourselves. We trusted each other. That was one thing that there was no other team that I played with that had
yeah,
that. Yeah, I know I'm gonna make this blitz, and I know you got that gap behind me. I know you're gonna make this block, and I don't remember me personally. I don't remember too many people arguing. We was not selfish, you know what I mean. So I didn't touch the ball the most, you know what I mean. I
yeah,
didn't get the most. I just it was just one of our guys. He was pounding the ball, pounding, pounding, pounding. I was, he was a thunder, and I was the lightning, you know what I mean. So
yeah, absolutely.
he'll do the due diligence, pounding them. They'll just toss me the ball. I'll do what I gotta do, you know what I mean. So yeah. And then my game, I'll say my senior year was against St. Mary's. It was on Prime TV at that time. It was like SJTV. I think I had like 24 carries for like 240. And that was like our champ. Whoever won the championship. So that was like my game where I was like, I had to show out. You know what I mean? It was like I
yeah,
said, the last game of the season. Who was getting number 1 seed and
yeah.
on TV. So
What? Can I ask you what was the score? If you remember,
man,
did y'all score him or was it close neck and neck
it was
or
like I'm gonna say it was like probably like 35, 21, 30. I know.
okay. Listen, we got literally another 5 minutes and we're about to be done. But I just want to ask you this: how was it playing against Tracy High? You going to West? I know it's people that you didn't play. Tracy Raiders with Yay High. I mean, even if they wasn't as good or whatever, how was that feeling? Was it like, man, I'm like,
we all, like you said, we at that point in time we only had I think 2 Pop Warners, and it was the main one was the Tracy Raiders, and it seemed like about 75% went to West and the 25% went to Tracy. So we they never really held a competition against us. You know what I mean? Like we was always beating them pretty bad, or we never lost them. But the rivalry was it wasn't no. I don't know. I guess it wasn't no trash talk because we just. I guess growing up we just seeing each other like yeah we boys. We still boys at the end of the day. But y'all the big.
yeah. Okay. Listen. Okay.
So,
Okay.
but
Okay.
when basketball and other sports, I shied away from those. So.
Okay. All right. Say no more. Let me ask you this. Give me a running back, a receiver in a receiver and a quarterback, and maybe somebody from the line that if it was Tracy All-Star team that you will want in these positions. It could be the people you play with. I just want to know some names. It could be a quarterback, a receiver, a running back besides you, and yeah, give me that. Give me that.
All right, so I'm gonna go with the quarterback. Like I said, Sal. He was manager, the boy, receiver. I'm gonna go Garrett Andrews.
Okay.
Nice guy. And then even if I was on the team, I know he'll start over me, Marquis Caesar. Like hands down, without.
Listen.
I don't know how things work with him, but yeah, he was a boy. He was a boy. He was the man. He was man of the and I played with him my 8th grade year when for Tracy Raiders, and he was the boy.
Because you said that that's one of the like Me and him literally been talking in the DMs. That's literally one of the next.
You should have did him first before me.
No. This is perfect because it's like now this is a part of the clip where it's like, listen, bro, people want this. Like you saying this is like perfect. Where it's like, yeah, bro, what's up? Like it's perfect. You saying that it's like, yeah, absolutely. Like people want to give you your flowers, bro. I've been like we talking in the DMs, literally, bro. Marquis Caesar, huh?
Yeah, he was a boy. I think he played by injuries and just not being on the best team, but I mean I think went from Tracer Raiders to starting on varsity in high school and doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
He was one person I looked up to because I played alongside with him and he was humble too, humble and quiet. He was humble, quiet, and he worked hard too. So
super. Best coach you ever played for?
Oof.
Best coach you ever played for, where it's like, I love coach, blah, blah, blah. He always something. He always pushed me or always called me out on my shit, something.
Man,
so many of them. Just
different levels, and they all impacted me differently. That's crazy.
Of course.
But the best one, or the one that's gonna be most memorable, I had at Delta College. His name is Coach Barlow. He was one of those guys. It wasn't about football. It was about being a man on and off the field. That's only gonna, you just be a man on and off the field. Whatever you do, own up to it, and just make the good decisions.
Yeah.
And then, he was him. And then I had a track coach. His name is Coach Fuller. And my northern, or my D2. He was really good, real knowledgeable, explained everything, why he did it. And that was one thing, because I was always why?
Right.
Not,
of course.
About for my own self, so I can buy into it.
Absolutely. Let me ask you this. What did you make it to the All-Star game your last year?
Oh yeah, I made it to the All-Star game. We played in the Lions All-Star game, and there was another one we did. I think it was the first year. It was like the Valley versus the Capital, which was like Sacramento, which was the game. They demolished us. We didn't, it was. Yeah, so that's when we knew that game up there in the SAC 916 was just a little boys.
Do you remember any player up there where you keep hearing his name? Like,
oh man, there was a dude named Modro, Lamont Modro, something like that.
Yeah, what position he played?
He played running back. Boy, was bow-legged, pigeon-toed at the same time.
That boy could run.
Yeah.
The fact you said he was bow-legged, pigeon-toed, I just know, I know that boy was, he, see, I already know he was getting to it.
And he wasn't even picking up his feet. He picked up his legs, knees, or nothing. He was just moving, scooting. So that's one person I remember. But I played against a lot of good players, and that's why I was like, man, if I don't make it to the league, I know this person should have made it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Well, listen, man, it's getting ready to end, man. I just want to give you your flowers, brother. We appreciate watching you, man. Thank you for doing this interview. You one of them boys, bro. If nobody ain't told you, bro, you man.
I appreciate you. Thank you. And I knew you was hooping too.
Listen,
so don't
listen. I was out there. I was.
Listen, you. I want to interview you. I want to hear your side of the story.
Say no more, brother. We'll set it up.
Yeah. So hope blessings for everything. Hope all is well.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I'm gonna let you know when I post this and let you know. Thank you, man, for your time.